So Darren, tell me more about this principle of equity, inclusion, and high expectation that we see in early childhood education these days.
Well, thank you, Wong Xiaoning. I'm glad that you brought that up. So, firstly, the principle is a core belief that guides educators in how they engage with children in an early child education and care setting. Now, according to the Australian Government Department of Education, specifically in page 17, we see that this principle basically means that educators who are committed to equity recognize that all children have a right to participate in inclusive early child education settings, regardless of their abilities. This means that it doesn't care whether about their strength, gender capabilities, or the diverse ways of doing things. They must be able to participate, and we must have a high level of expectation from them. Now, educators also create an inclusive and learning environment and must adopt flexible and informed practices, including making reasonable adjustments to optimize access and participation from all children within the center.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Now, can you give me some examples to support this?
Yeah, sure, there's no problem. So, for example, in my center, there was actually a young girl named Aisha who had limited mobility due to her physical disability. So, rather than excluding her from physical activities, the educators actually adopted outdoor games so that she could participate alongside with her peers by including the seated version of the game and, assigning peer buddies and allowing her to take on leadership roles like being the scorekeeper. Now, these adjustments not only help Aisha actually feel included and valued, but they also reinforce to other children that everyone has something to contribute. Now, from here, we see that rather than assuming that she actually just needs simpler tasks and giving her the easier things to do, educators can provide her with the same tasks that they actually provide everyone else. And according to Dewar, as cited in the Victorian government, by doing this, we actually make our children feel like their diverse strengths are supported and understood. This can increase their well-being as they feel safe and supported among her peers. In addition, according to Sylvia et al., equity in children's learning, specifically early childhood, sets them up for academic success in their personal and well-being later on in life. All in all, by embedding these practices and principle of equity and inclusion into their daily practices, educators not only support a child's immediate sense of belonging and confidence, but also lays the foundation for their lifelong learning and well-being and success.